pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Curry trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
Just a little bit
follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the ISRL Contender Series here from the Talladega Superspeedway. As always, I'm your host, Joe Twansky. Joining me up here in the booth tonight, you know him, you love him. He's taught me a thing or two about this old Talladega Superspeedway. He is the one and only Mr. Joseph Weaver. Welcome back to Talladega, Weaver.
Hello, Joe. Thank you for the compliment there. And hello, everybody at home. Hope you're ready for some fun racing tonight at the Talladega Superspeedway. We're going to be going for 57 laps here tonight. Going to be a fun race. Should be some hard-hitting action.
Hard-hitting action. Weather has rolled into the area. You see the dark clouds, and of course our graphics were made up before the weather rolled in, so that's always a wonderful thing for us here on JTM. But cloudy for fast here tonight.
Yeah, man, these naturally aspirated V8s, they love that cooler weather. The shade's going to be helping with the tire heat. The track isn't going to be getting as hot out there as if it was in direct sunlight, and it affects these virtual drivers as well. They're not going to be as hot in those cockpits tonight.
Qualifying has just begun. Drivers getting called to their cars. Talladega, always one of those fun events. It's a unique way, too, to end this Contender Cup Series, or this Contender Series season. We already know the 96 of Bobby Jones is your 2022 champion. So tonight, Weaver, that's going to allow a lot of these drivers to go for broke and try to claim one more victory here before the season ends.
Yeah, Joe, a real true wild card to end the season here at Talladega. Like you said, very interesting to come here to end the season, but I like the idea behind it. Really adds in that fun chaos factor that we all love in motorsports. So it should be interesting to see who can make some big moves to get a couple more spots. I know we're pretty cemented there at the top.
Pretty cemented at the top indeed. Let's go ahead and while we're here in qualifying, let's get a word from one of our partners, AutoSim 2.
Today we're doing AutoSim.
AutoSim.
We are trying out AutoSim.
Yay, it's AutoSim.
And remember, folks, if you want to find out more about AutoSim 2, you can head on over to the trailer video right here on our YouTube page. Again, youtube.com/@JoeTowNetwork, where we have links to the Discord, AutoSim website, and much, much more. Again, AutoSim 2 coming later this year. Qualifying results are starting to trickle across the top of your screens at home. This, of course, was our Contender Series race preview presented by our friends at CircleBeatDiecast.com. Remember, you can use code JTN at checkout for $5 off shipping on your orders of $30 or more. Again, CircleBeatDiecast.com is your home for all your racing-related memorabilia needs. Got some great deals going on, too. But they've been running some apparel deals the last couple days for their deal of the day. Today was Martin Truex. Excited to see who tomorrow is. Hoping it's a driver that I like. Maybe you can snag a couple new T-shirts and hats and all those other goodies, and maybe throw a couple diecasts in that car too, Weaver. I mean, I know you have a good collection of diecasts. What's your favorite diecast car?
Ooh, my favorite diecast car. Let me turn around, take a look here, Joe. I think personal favorite I'd have to go with. I have a Regan Smith race win from, or not Regan Smith, sorry, David Reagan race win from Daytona. I believe that would probably be my favorite.
The 2011 car?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was my first Cup race that I ever went to.
Oh, wow. Well, heck yeah. A solid pick there. We got drivers going out there now, getting ready to get things started. Why don't you take us through tonight's starting lineup?
With pleasure, Joe. Coming in with a pole time of 51.851 in the number 68 car, it's Noah DeVerne. Rounding out our front row is going to be the 11 of Doug LaPrade. Row 2, we have the 96 of Bobby Jones and the 012 of Hashi Baroku. Row 3 is the 420 of Bryn Ware and the 3 of Greg Irwin. Row 4 is the 032 of Zachary Hall and the 885 of Johnny Yang. Row 5 is the 19 of Danielle Rivera and the 188 of Derek Shaw. Row 6 is the 05 of Jeff Perchatsky and the 7 of Tyler Stallhood. Row 7 is the 47 of Zachary Bilson and the 26 of Ryan Palmer. Row 8 is the 25 of Ken Squires and the 23 of Thomas Philbrick. Row 9 is the 86 of Joseph Landy Pavlin and the 9 of Randall Coleman. Row 10, we have the 52 of Nick Holliday and the 27 of Robert Kubat. Row 11 is the 85 of Dustin James and the 82 of Keith Hughes. Row 12 is the 12 of Sean Whitehill and the 31 of Ethan Collier. Row 13 is the 49 of Taylor Stallworthy and the 44 of Keon Daly. And on row 13 all by himself is the 54 of Phil Parker.
Field of 25 here. That's not correct at all. Field of 27 here tonight for the Talladega Superspeedway, folks. We cannot thank you enough, as always, for joining us. Make sure, if you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe, do all those things. They really do mean a lot to us here on JTN. Make sure you're following us on our social media. You can follow us now on Twitch as well. Again, that's twitch.tv/JoeTowNetwork. If that's a streaming platform that you prefer to YouTube, go for it. We're over there too. We're watching chat over there. And we cannot thank everyone enough for all of their support. Watching some pack racing out here, Weaver. What have you noticed so far? Tonight, we're running CTS Physics for maybe some of the folks at home that are a little more well-versed in NR 2003 as a sim. CTS Physics tonight, what are you noticing about the pack?
Well, Joe, I'm seeing in this pack here a lot of drivers making a lot of moves. I know usually in these happy hour practice situations, you're going to be making a lot more moves that we'd probably see in the last 5 laps of the race, more so than we'd see through the rest of it. But definitely looks like you can get some good runs here and can make some good moves. These cars look very maneuverable.
How important is that going to be to maybe know those limits of where and how aggressive you can maneuver your car in those last 10 laps of tonight's race?
I think it's real important, Joe, especially when you get down here in the corners. A lot of times you can get a setup here at these super speedways where once you get down in the corners, you really have to hold it into one line. You can't really change too much. It might be a little too tight, too loose, but Not really seeing a whole lot of that here. Looks like they're pretty free to move. Oh boy,
Oh, big one.
there goes the pack.
Oh, the Costco car's flipping. Oh, the 11's flipping. Dunlop Pratt, outside pole sitter. Good thing that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of the things.
Hopefully you're getting all out their system now. Big wreck like that, so we don't have to see one during the race.
That is the hope. Unfortunately, you and I both know that's usually not how it ends up working out. A lot of talk too in driver chats about side drafting and to, hey, avoid the temptation of side drafting tonight. Why is that?
Well, Joe, unfortunately here in the great sim of NR 2003, came around before that possibly technology for that really existed. It wasn't really a thought back then, I don't think, as much as it would have been nowadays. You don't really get too much of advantage. Maybe if you can get close enough where you're dipping into the line behind that car, but maybe not completely behind, you might catch a little draft, but you're not really going to get any effect being side by side with another car.
It all becomes psychological at that point, folks, and when it becomes psychological, that's where people start to make mistakes. You get the big wrecks, so still expect people to be hugging the doors as you see the 23 going for a spin there. Still expect people to be hugging the doors, but maybe not to a great extent tonight, maybe after heeding that warning.
Yeah, Joe, I definitely think if you're running that middle line, you're still going to be crowding in the corners a little bit, trying to get that short line around, but you're just not going to be getting any draft help, per se.
Do you like the draft?
Well, I'm a big fan of the draft, Joe.
Yeah.
Gotta say, I do wish that is one thing I would like to be possible in NR 2003 is some side draft. I've had some fun working it on iRacing a few times, but I think it does just fine without it too.
I'm telling you, there's something psychological there. You can make it work in this game, just not for any physical reasons. Drivers being called to their cars. They're getting staged here on the back straightaway. Again, folks, cannot thank you enough for joining us here tonight on JTN. Again, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, do all those things. We appreciate it when you do so. It does help support us, and we are getting so close to 1,200 subscribers here on YouTube. Cannot thank everyone enough for all of their support. As we await the command, get these engines fired here from the Talladega Superspeedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
As there's the command before we get things going. Shout out to all the folks in chat so far. Laserbeam in chat here early. Dustin James, Benjamin Snyder, Mark Bancroft. Keith Hughes is here as well. So you're ready to go racing from Talladega. Well, Weaver, it's going to be a special one here tonight. No limits here at the Talladega Superspeedway. No points up in the air for the championship. We already know the 96 is going to take home the crown, but yet we race on with one final event to end this ISRL Contender Series here in 2022. Noah DeVerne with control in the Chick-fil-A Lexus green flag. We're underway here from Talladega. Already getting single file here at the front of the field, seeing some issues with the 032. That's Zachary Hall here this evening. And that's side by side, going to drop up and out of line. Good show of respect there from the driver of that Lexus. Three wide action there for a second. Prochatsky in the 05 was stuck on the outside. Now able to get back down in line. Field becoming splintered here on lap 1, Weaver.
Lujo towards the front. 96 Bobby Jones making a jump to the outside. He's got help behind him. I believe that's the 11 car pushing him. Going to try and make a pass here for the lead.
We know that 11 at Dunlap is quick. Started outside pole, and Bobby Jones, not too bad himself, started third here tonight. So getting two good cars pushing to the lead. Move the series champion to the point. Bobby Jones of the 96 takes the lead down the back straightaway here, working lap 2.
A lot of energy in that outside line right now, Joe. They're coming up with the head of steam.
Starting to get things rocking and rolling there on the outside. Greg Irwin in the number 3 now leads it, as Dunlap moves up to block that momentum. Got a new car second in line on the bottom. That's that 885 of Johnny Yang. Where would you put that level of aggression here working lap 3, Weaver?
Well, it's looked like it's been ramped up. It looked pretty low there to start the race, but got two very defined lines now. Everybody up to speed, trying to make some moves, make up some spots.
Aggressive racing going to make things fun here this evening, folks. You see LaPrade there on the outside, Jones on the bottom. They're still side by side, as now LaPrade going to be able to take the lead here through the tri-oval with help from the 3 of Irwin. Inside coming back for the lead.
Looks like the outside line has the numbers a little tighter to bunching, but running that very high line, I think, might be hurting them just a little bit in the corners.
Well, and that time you had one in the wall. It was that 47 car of Bilson. Lost a lot of momentum for the outside line coming off of turn number 2, and they're starting to fall back here, as Jones now has about a car length, maybe call it 2, over the leader of the outside line, Dunlap. To the outside now goes that 885 of Yang, as Greg Irwin looks to go to the middle to make it 3 wide here for the second position.
It looks like a few people in that outside line that decided that the far outside was not the move. Now moving down to the middle. Seen about a half of that top line now split down low. We still got 4 cars, I believe, there. 5. Jumping up on corner exit. Trying to play both lines here isn't going to work, Joe.
Well, now that they're split, Weaver, I mean, that's kind of makes things a little bit harder for those outer lines, right?
It does, but it also seems like there's quite a few people on that low line that decided to move up into that middle line when it was forming. Now we got 3 very distinct lines. Oh, getting real tight off of turn 2 there.
That middle line likes to drift up. It doesn't like trying to hug the bottom. All the lines like to drift up. But that time you almost saw it cause catastrophe for the middle and the outside line. Inside looking okay. They're kind of able to hold that car right there on that double yellow. On corner exit is now Greg Irwin looking to make it 3 wide for the lead here going through turns 1 and 2. We got one in the wall again. That's 885. They're going to be 4 wide here. Dunlap lets off.
Yeah, thought better of making that 4 wide. 885. Johnny ain't getting into the wall out of turn 2.
Oh,
we got one around. 88 into the wall.
Big one here at the back of the field. 26 of Palmer. More wrecking. Keith Hughes involved in this one. First caution of the night going to come out here on lap 6. The shower there in the 188.
It looks like it's pretty tight there. You see Shower in the 188 and the 9 Randall Coleman behind them, both washing up on corner entry there.
Who was that car on the bottom?
Oh, I believe that was the 012 Hashi Baroku.
That car came up, going on into the corner.
That's going to be the initial contact that starts the spin.
And it's on from there.
Mr. Sean Whitehill got one of those JTN onboards for us. I think we might be able to get a good view from his car.
Now, why wouldn't Sean Whitehill have a JTN on board? He's our driver. Let's get a look from the top of the Cheez-It Ford. Honestly, probably not too bad there on the 12. Definitely rode the wall a little bit. Not to as much success as some other folks in the past, but...
Yeah, I think if you're going to be riding the wall like that, you want to be in the throttle. It's contact with outside wall. I think contact with the 44, but should be able to carry on well.
What happened with this 44? So working our first caution of the night, you're seeing replays of the big-ish one. Don't really know if this was the big one just yet. We will get one more look at it here from the back of it. First wreck of the night shakes up the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's a little too early to call it the big one, but definitely I think might change the tone of this race. We were seeing some pretty wild racing to start this, but might see a little bit more calm driving, but you never know. We've definitely been wrong on that before.
Oh, we've been wrong on that many times. Folks, as always, cannot thank you enough for tuning in. If you haven't already, click the like button, subscribe, follow, do all the things that you can on whatever streaming platform you're watching us on. Again, youtube.com/@JoeTowNetwork or twitch.tv/JoeTowNetwork. Following us on both is super duper amazing, and we'd appreciate if you were ever so kind to do so. The more notifications you get, so you don't miss a second of the action here on JTN. Included in that action, of course, is the rest of our next... We got 6 finales in the next 8 days. And boy, howdy, the rest of the week is filled with Bomb Squad racing action from Phoenix. First, the Truck Series tomorrow night, where we're going to have a heads-up, one-on-one, mano-a-mano duel for the Truck Series title there. Tomorrow night, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Then it's the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series, where we know the champion already, but yet another finale event. And then the Bomb Squad Racing Xfinity Series on Friday. Those races all kicking off at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time, all from the Phoenix Raceway, and of course all live right here only on JTN.
Well, Joe, you could tell it's November. All of our leagues getting down to the nitty-gritty, trying to settle out their championships, much like a lot of the real-life racing series are doing this month. So, the only par for the course, we get to showcase all these series and all these great champions.
After your first year doing this, are you ready for a break?
Nah, I'm ready to get back going.
I'm ready for a break. Should get another about lap and a half here of caution, then we should be able to get back going here from the Talladega Superspeedway. Again, 57 laps here this evening. Your pole sitter, Noah DeVerne, still out in front in the number 68 Chick-fil-A Lexus. Weaver, are you a breakfast Chick-fil-A guy? Do you like their breakfast? You more of a lunch guy? What's your feeling on chicken for breakfast?
Well, my feeling on chicken for breakfast, I definitely think it could be good. I like a good chicken biscuit, as long as it doesn't come from Chick-fil-A. Not a fan of the restaurant.
Not a fan of the Chick-fil-A biscuits?
No, not a fan of any of their food.
Okay.
Their waffle fries are all right, but they can keep their chicken. Not for me.
Nikki B writing in, we love Keith Hughes. Top dragster saying go Dunn. Andrew cheering for that old 11 car Dunn LaPrade. James Hodge, of course, cheering for the Hondas, the Honda guy. No surprise there.
Got a real diverse field here with manufacturers, seeing quite a few.
Got quite a few. That's right. Was there any more to that thought, or?
Well, I was looking to see who our first repeat manufacturer was. It'd be the Hondas there. We got 2 in the top 5. With the Tyler Stallhood and Keith Hughes.
Hey, shout out Sean Whitehill right down in the 6th spot here for the restart.
The highest running Ford after we saw that pretty decent wreck avoidance. Got word from the team, no damage sustained in that wreck. Getting away pretty scot-free.
You ready for this restart?
I was born ready.
You were born ready?
I was born ready.
Dang.
I came out with a microphone in front of my mouth and the headset on. I've been ready to call this race ever since.
Dang. I don't know if I was born ready for this. I think I needed to prepare a little bit. You know?
Right, Joe. Not everybody's, built the same. Not everybody's cut from the same cloth.
Yep. You were just cut from a Super Duty cloth, and I was kind of cut from a washcloth, you know?
But where would the world be without a washcloth?
Fair enough.
Dirty.
All right, field makes their way down into the Geico restart zone. Green flag. We're back on our way here from Talladega. We're lap 11 of 57. Already splintering their outside line. Can't tell who that is. I think it's the 032. Zachary Hall not able to stay on the bumper as Sean Whitehill. Already see Tyler Stallhood ducking down in front of Keith Hughes. Couple Hondas there going to try to work together.
Once again on this restart, inside line looking to get together and pull away here a little bit. You see the 2 Hondas now duck into the outside line and try and make some moves here early.
Those Civics working together.
Then you got Sean Whitehill, 420 of Bren Ware. Outside line starting to gain some momentum now. Tell you what's not going to help that inside line, Joe. If you look at the back of it right now, the 032 Zachary Hall still having those internet issues, still doing a little two-step, a little bit on the back straight there. Not going to be easy to find help when you got that tail in your line.
And you don't want to be doing one of them 2 steps. See, top 3 have all gotten single file, and as I say that, of course, Bren Ware in that 420 ducks to the bottom. And that Subaru. See Taylor Stallworthy in that number 49 Dodge working up towards the front of the field. Now up inside the top 5. Ken Squires missing the back end of the race car is also up inside the top 5. Looks like damage from that wreck hasn't affected that 25 car all that much yet. As everyone is electing to go to this outside line, Weaver. And look at this.
Yeah, falling further and further back. 68 and Noah DeVerne leading
Oh,
that.
no,
Oh,
no,
we got
one
one
around.
around.
What's
Oh,
flipping?
he's flopped.
Oh,
hard
another
into
one
that
up and
inside
over.
wall.
It's getting kicked around. That's the 27. Robert
Coleman
Kabat.
on his lid.
Caution is out.
So that was a gnarly hit to that inside wall.
That was a messy wreck. Holy good gracious. Well, let's see where this one starts with the 85. Like 9 to Randall Coleman behind, 85 into the outside wall, comes back down, gonna go for a flippity doodah. You can see that hit for the 27. 9 to Randall Coleman. Also flipping. These cars are like sleds, Weaver. I don't know if you've noticed that as well, but they're like sleds.
Yeah, man, I'm surprised there's anything left of that 27 car. That was an insane impact.
Do you think we got a camera left on board that car?
I think we might. I know we buy the best ones in the business, so.
Get a look at it. We're with Kubat. And these are really two separate incidents, you know? Well, yeah, the second one might inform, or the first one might inform the second, but...
Yeah, I think if that first one doesn't happen towards the front there with the 85 and 9, I think we're still getting a wreck here with the 54 getting into that outside wall, coming down into the 27 Robert Kubat. Just like we said earlier, getting real tight on corner exit. Phil Parker making contact with that outside wall. Along with the Dustin James. And it's just real hard, nowhere for that car on the inside line to go.
So caution out here for the second time tonight. Lap 13. Couple of flips, tricks, and spins. As now the 49 of Stallworthy takes over the points. Jay Tartamella in chat, tuning in, cheering on the ISRL boys. Glad to see it. ISRL, they got some great stuff going on, folks. I believe we still have their Discord link down in our video description below if you want to find out more about how you can race. Great system with an academy to kind of help newer drivers, and then of course this, the Contender Cup Series, the upper echelon of the league, and there's much more. Saturday Night Superspeedways. Again, it's the ISRL. We got their Discord linked, and you can also follow them on Twitter. I think it's at ISRL_NR. I have a cell phone though, and I should probably check that right now instead of saying false information. At ISRL_NR 2003. Find out more from the league's Twitter page. You can also vote, you can do some all-star voting, got posted today. So go check that out. Weaver, you were an all-star time or two.
Yeah, somehow.
But you won those races fair and square, right?
Yeah, a couple of them. I think the All-Star race is always a fun time. Good to get together and you really kind of get to race a race like it's practice. You just go out there, have fun with your friends.
Oh. Just sitting out here watching airplanes, you know. Unfortunately, there were race cars taking off and flying there a couple minutes ago, but that's okay.
Yeah, they were, Joe. Almost like I were watching an old COT race.
Let me tell you, flat underbellies of race cars scare the crap out of me. The fact that we did not see more flips in the NASCAR Cup Series this year, and I think we only ended up getting one, right? In the 500?
No, we had Busher.
That one was different, though. That one wasn't an aerodynamic flip. That was a hitting gutter flip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was a little different. Major props to there's this really... I'm gonna nerd out a little bit. There's this really cool... the way they have the car set up to where if the air pressure changes... There's a little flap with diffuser that goes down, and that kind of helps air from getting underneath the car from the rear when the car's traveling backwards, which is why you saw all the flips in the past, because the air gets underneath the back of the car since it's higher up off the ground. That doesn't get talked about enough with this next-gen car. So, just, there's still ways you can hit these cars to make them flip, but... I don't know. I geeked out over that.
As long as you're driving a car over 100 mile an hour, there's always going to be a chance of flips.
Yeah, pretty much.
And even 100 being
You like that Ross Chastain
the
move?
high side. I respect it, Joe.
Okay.
I think that took some big cojones.
That is indeed true. I don't know, if folks in chat want to chime in. Love to hear what other people thought. You can also tell us over on the Fake Racers podcast over on JTN2. New episode just got uploaded. We took a week off last week because everyone was really tired. But new episode now uploaded over there. We talk about all things. We talk about Ty Gibbs being a little, you know what. We talk about, what else do we talk about? We talk about the Cup Series stuff, silly season stuff. Davey got to scream about Parker Clearman getting a full-time Xfinity Series ride. Much more again. Fake Racers podcast available now on JTN2. Skies are lightening up a little bit here at Talladega, huh? See some blue poking through.
Yeah, it looks like the clouds starting to burn off a little bit.
Toyota Camry pace car says, "See you boys later," pulls down the pit lane. That, of course, is that 188. Eric Schauer in the lead. Green flag. We're back underway here from Talladega. Civics 1-2 here on the restart. Schauer and Stallhood at JLP sitting there in third. Another Civic, Keith Hughes, running back there in fourth, battling with Sean Whitehill for that spot down the back straightaway.
See a lot of drivers already trying to get up into that high side. Was going to be the dominant line there at the start of the last run, but we saw two wrecks happen from cars getting a little tight on corner exit. See if that maybe changes the line back down to the bottom here.
If anything, wouldn't it kind of incentivize running single file?
You would think, Joe, but I don't think we're going to be
Race car drivers don't think that way as we're going 3 wide in the middle of the pack.
No, it's time to race here, Joe. We got to go get what we can get.
Daniel Rivera there in the number 19 Costco wholesale Toyota. That is a good-looking livery on that car. Big Costco fan. See Stallhood getting a big push from Sean Whitehill here down the back straightaway in that number 12, giving it to that 88. Derek Schauer. All right, now this is pretty calm, right? This is probably about the calmest these drivers will be. A couple laps after a restart. We're 3 wide further on back, but not really pushing the issue back there. We're not pushing the issue, Weaver. We're taking it easy right now. But nonetheless, I think a lot of these drivers are trying to learn something right now. What could that be?
Well, Joe, I think they're just trying to see where they want to go. It looks like a lot of people have a lot of plans here that they want to get to the front. I've seen a lot of drivers pick that sit in the back and wait strategy, but everybody's trying to get to the front as quick as they can. We see Tyler Stallhood dipping down low and get to the lead here. I would think so off turn 2. Not quite clear Sean Whitehill on the outside.
Well, they split the 183 wide. That car going to fall towards the back. Now, Stallhood stuck in the middle. And Sean Whitehill will take over the lead here from Talladega with help from Don LaPrade in the 11. Sean, one of the lone Fords out here tonight. Only a couple. 52's a Ford.
Big move there by Don LaPrade going into turn 3. He's going to duck down low and almost clear Sean Whitehill for the lead, but he's going to drag that inside line, and so now he jumps back up to the top side.
That's how you make a single car pass here at Talladega. You gotta time things right, and LaPrade gives everyone at home a good reference on how to make that pass by yourself. Now you got pushes there for Joseph Landy Pavlin in the 86 and the 82 of Keith Hughes. We got cars scattering towards the back. It's the 54. Still Parker, or still Green.
We saw Phil had some issues earlier, maybe some broken gear on that car causing that issue.
Broken gear.
Broken gear, like, you know, mechanical issue.
Mechanical issue.
Mechanical.
Joseph Landy Pavlin now going to take the lead here off of turn number 4. Not going to be able to clear Don LaPrade there on the outside. He'll have to stay on the bottom, getting a big push from Keith Hughes of the 82. Got help coming with Ken Squires and Tyler Stallhood behind that 25 again. Damage from our initial incident of the night. LaPrade going to be able to lead that lap. Maybe not. Heading back down into turns 1 and 2. Outside line still a little more organized, but having to go that extra distance around these corners is definitely proving fatal right now, Weaver.
Yeah, I'd say so, Joe. Inside line starting to get a little bit more gathered up, but still got a few people trying that middle line every now and then, really hurting their chances of pulling away. Looks like we got a few teammates plus one trying to get that middle line going here.
That's a big help too with the teammates, right? Especially when maybe the field's getting a little stagnant, we're getting a little too organized. It's gotta help to have those teammates try to make some moves like these cars, these Subarus here are in the middle of this field.
They call them the Drift Team. Apologies for not knowing the actual team name there, but I believe they're all repping some in IRL drift liveries. Oh, we got contact.
Oh, no.
Going around.
Gonna come back up the track.
Oh, hard impact for the 52 in the outside wall. 25, Ken Squires involved.
Caution gonna come out for the 3rd time tonight. Our reactions to these wrecks, they've become so level-headed, Weaver. Get another look at it. It's like just a bump gone wrong, right?
Yeah, it looks like it kind of didn't square up before that bump. Hashiboroku gets sent into the outside, then pulling it off that car on the outside, down low, gets hooked, and it just devolves from there. There's some heavy contact in the outside wall.
And Squires once again kind of gets some of the worst of this incident. 52 of Nick Holiday also going to get a decent amount of damage on both the front and the rear of that number 52 Spam Ford. Heard they were, in driver intros, they were throwing Spam to the fans. And not like in the cans. They took the Spam out of the cans, cut it up, and were throwing it to the fans. It's very awkward.
Some bite-sized pieces?
No, they were still like slabs of Spam. It's very weird. It's weird sponsor activation, you know? Bill Parker also involved in that one in the 54. Add that one to the Ken Squires cannot catch a break counter. Feels like we always see the 25 getting caught up in someone else's stuff as leaders come down the pit lane. Cars make these pit stops, so I'd like to remind you folks at home, make sure if you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe to us here on JTN, JoeTowNetwork. We are your home for all the best online NR 2003 racing on the web. We're live multiple times a week. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon. You'll be notified anytime you go live. We like to think we do a good job, but as always, appreciate constructive criticism, comments. Tell us what we're doing right. Tell us what we could do better. Always looking to get better. That's the name of the game here at JTN. And again, cannot thank you guys all enough for your support. How do you think the fans at home are doing tonight, Weaver?
I hope they're doing well. I think they're seeing a pretty good race. They're seeing a lot of aggressive racing. I think that's what you want when you're here at Talladega.
Aggressive racing?
Yeah, I'd say there's been some aggressive racing, Joe.
This Drifire 100 has been very aggressive. You're not seeing a lot of drivers not willing to make the move, right? I think sometimes we go to these super speedways early on in the race, drivers aren't willing to make the moves that they should. Whereas late in the race, they make moves they shouldn't because earlier on in the race, they didn't kind of find those limits. And I think tonight you're getting that good balance. Everyone's kind of found... I think everyone's been able to find their limit. Been very pleased with the results so far here this evening. Our top 6 have all stayed out here under this caution. Rest of the field all came down pit lane. For anyone looking for a World Series update, Weaver, I don't know, are you looking for a World Series update?
I'll take one.
So if you're not, mute, you got 2 seconds to mute your speakers. All right, 2 seconds are up. The Philadelphia Phillies are currently up on the Houston Astros, 7-0 in the top of the 7th, no outs. How do you like that one? Also
That's a big one.
Got a high-scoring affair going on in Pittsburgh right now. It's currently 5-3 there. The Bruins came to town. Hockey score. Your Flyers, unfortunately, lost.
We made it to overtime, though. We got
Some Tuesday night action. Currently, Ohio. The Ohio Bobcats are up 7 in the fourth quarter on the Buffalo 1. The Buffalo Bulls up 31-24. And Ball State and Kent State are all tied at 20 with 6:08 left in the fourth quarter. Ball State ball on their own 47. Pride and Joy, Muncie, Indiana. Ball State Cardinals. Chirp, chirp. Garden State out. Going to come down pit lane now. Make sure you have enough fuel. Why do you come down the last lap, Weavers? Just to get that extra lap or two on the rest of the field?
It could be that, Joe. Could be just trying to get to the back of the field. Maybe you'd feel a little safer back there. Although I don't know if I would subscribe to that theory at this point in the race. But it could be that. It could be a mix of both. Or, you know, it could just be you wanted to pit in the last lap for no apparent reason. And that's okay.
That's okay?
That's okay, Joe. Whatever you want to do in life, that's what you should do. And you should be okay with that.
John LaPrade going to have control here on the outside. Keith Hughes there on the bottom in the 82. Noah DeVerne, Tyler Stallhood make up your top 4. Eric Schauer rounds out your top 5. Joseph Landy Pavlin rounds out your top 6. Be coming back to the restart, coming to lap 30 of 57. Be 28 laps to go when we hit the line. Probably still looking at one more pit stop here, Weaver. Could be on the cusp of making it, but more likely than not, going to need one more stop to make it to the end of this race.
Yeah, Joe, I think from here it might just be saving a little too much to really make sense with how many people there'd be seemingly staying out and going full bore the whole way, so. You could also just be setting yourself up for a shorter pit stop on that last stop.
Yeah. Are you using your inference skills?
A little bit.
I'm proud of you. To all the kids at home that scoffed at their literature teachers in elementary school, take that. As Don LaPrade leads us back to green into the Geico restart zone we go. We're back underway here from Talladega. Keith Hughes ducks in line behind Tyler Stallhood. Top 10 or so. Kind of broken away from the rest of this pack as the field splinters here early on in the run. A couple good cars that we know don't have too much damage on them, like Sean Whitehill in that bright fluorescent yellow and red Menards Ford, kind of getting caught up here in the back. See the 52 making a big move further on back towards the bottom as we keep our eyes here on the lead. Don LaPrade still out front. Tyler Stallhood, now Keith Hughes facing a battle there from Joseph Landy Pavlin in the 86.
Yeah, Joe, I think a couple guys didn't know just exactly how damaged their cars were there to start that run, starting up a little higher in the running order and holding up some drivers, but starting to string back together here. Outside line looking real strong, only 4 cars down low right now.
Don LaPrade still out in front of the field. Oh, we got a car around off of turn number 2. Off the ground it goes. That's the 54 of Phil Parker. Ken Squires also going to be involved. There goes Thomas Philbrick to the inside wall. Caution out here for the 4th time this evening. It's like the 54's in the outside wall. Going through the corner here, Weaver. being that
Phil
wall
Parker
comes...
just
Oh my goodness.
tight there on corner exit, riding the wall a little bit. Really got to pull that car off the wall here. You know, it's going to want to stick up there. And sadly, there was a car right below, and got another big wreck.
On board once again here with Sean Whitehill. Gets a good view of it up ahead.
Once again, Ken Squires just almost made it through. He saw the opening, closed on him at the last second.
I feel like at this point we can make a video just about Ken having really bad luck, unfortunately. Look at it. There goes the 54, gonna try to hit the gas and get through there. Just not able to do so. So caution out here for the 4th time this evening. Most of the field once again going to come down the pit lane, so again we're getting close. Got a report from the 82 that can go about 20 laps on fuel, so you're going to be close, Weaver, here. If you pit every time, should be going back green with about 21, 22 to go. Could make things really interesting here at the end.
Quite a few staying out there that first time around. Got to expect that their plan is to come back down later in this yellow flag. He said it should be interesting. See who's going to be able to stretch it if they try to. See if we have anybody who just, doesn't even care. Throws caution to the wind. No, we've been having a lot of yellows tonight. We're probably going to get another. I'll tell you what though, Joe, about every time I've had that thought and went with that strategy, we've never got another yellow in my races, so.
First round of college football playoff rankings came out, Weaver, and I know there's a team up there in the top 4 that you really dislike. You care to explain?
Yeah, I don't think Clemson should be in the top 4 there. I think, personally on my poll that I do, I think I have them somewhere around the 7-8 area.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely think 6 may be a little more reasonable for them, but it's what can you do? It's the CFP. They're always off their rocker.
I think the more obvious one was having Louisiana State up there at 10.
Yeah, I can only imagine why they might do that. They don't have a big matchup with anybody important this weekend, but...
What? There's bias towards a certain conference in the southeastern United States? Weird. It's weird, Weaver.
They can't let college football be too good. If it wasn't plays too good, if it was good at the top, it'd be too powerful.
Heaven forbid we have a playoff with Tennessee, Michigan, TCU, and Oregon, right?
Hopefully, much like the first week of the season, the first week of these polls is just something you can't pay a whole lot of attention to.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna hope my guys use it as bulletin board material,
Mm-hmm. Can't wait till we get that clear path.
Oh, it'll be interesting for sure. Rankings will still matter though.
It will, but as long as there's more of a clear path for those schools that aren't a SEC powerhouse or Big Ten powerhouse.
Can't wait for the Big Ten to get rid of divisions too and have Michigan and Ohio State play each other 2 weeks in a row. That'll be fun. I will enjoy that. I will not enjoy that, Weaver. I will hate it.
Well, it depends on who's winning.
That's very fair, but also, yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured Flippity Doodah would probably not be the... would not be all that great, Robert. Usually it's not good when a race car flips. Usually you don't get to drive away from that.
No, not very often do you see a driver driving away after a big flip. Seen a couple tonight, but definitely wouldn't say that's the norm.
I'm a Michigan student, if you're asking. I'm a Michigan student, not just a fan. That's a big point of contention up here too, Weaver, just so you know. It has been a great show, and if I was a Wisconsin fan, I don't know why you'd want to be a Wisconsin fan right now, honestly. There's weird stuff going on up there in the old Badger country in Madison. Nonetheless, Jeff Perchatsky going to lead us back to green, the 05 Summit Chevrolet. And then you got the 420 of Bren Ware. The 49, Taylor Stallworthy. The 52 of Nick Holliday. Your top for your first 2 rows here for the restart. All right, folks, pace car is in. So we get ready to go back. Green flag racing here from Talladega. Gonna be 13 laps to go here when we hit the line. Green flag, we're back underway.
Shuffling already 4 wide as they cross the line. 52 up in that wall. He's got a lot of damage.
We got one getting loose.
Saves it. That was a 47, Zachary Bilson.
Oh, caution's out. Got one in the grass. It's 31. This might put us in, able to make it to the end, Weaver. Replay of the incident.
Ethan Collier and the 31 going around there.
And it just comes down into Philbrook there in the 23. Saw the spin up in front, or the slide up in front. Red Bull Racing, number 31. So pace car once again leading us here. Caution number 5 on the night. We were, real quick too, wanted to give a big shout out to your UCF Knights.
I didn't expect to see a number next to our name anytime this season, but here we are. We got to win those big games. Now we're looking pretty good in the American. Going to see if we can go win us another conference title.
There you go.
Big shout out to Sean Whitehill's Cincinnati Bearcats. Couldn't have done it without him.
You had to go there, huh?
Had to.
College basketball is coming back. It's about to be like the most magical time of year. Rivalry week's just a couple weeks away. College football. You're getting into the nitty-gritty of the NFL season. What more could you ask for?
Not very much, Joe. It's really getting into sports season here. Everything's either starting to ramp up or settle out their champions. Not as many people coming down pit road here as I would have thought, Joe. Maybe choosing to just save the fuel under pacing.
Yeah, I think you want the track position, Weaver. Yeah. We've seen it's not that it's difficult to pass and difficult to make up these spots. It's not easy. It's not easy by any means, but I think having the track position is going to make your life a lot easier in the closing stages of this race, so why not do it? Why not make your life a little bit easier here late in the going? Just take it easy, you know?
Yeah, I agree, Joe. If nothing else, definitely safer. It seems to be up here towards the front of the field.
Yeah, who would have saw that coming? Guys fake pitting there, trying to catch us off our toes. Haha, it did not work.
Must have been a lot of grass on the track from that spin.
Must have been.
It's still on.
Just kind of sitting here looking at the officials over here in the booth next to us and wondering why they're eating ice cream, you know?
Oh, man, at least they get some ice cream, man. Keep any snacks in your pocket, Joe?
Not in my pocket, no. Do you keep snacks in your pocket, Weaver?
Sometimes I bring a little granola bar.
Yeah.
Trail mix bar.
Trail mix bar?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
It's trail mix, but in a bar form.
Oh. That's cool, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it?
Yeah, you get your good oats, your good nuts, your good little something sweet in there, and probably some chocolate.
Some chocolate?
So just a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm. Enough to where you can still say it's healthy, right?
Right. You know, I like a good mix of sweet and savory. Here we see, a leader coming down into pit road.
Haha.
The 49 there, I think, caught the box.
Uh-oh.
Taylor Stallworthy.
That's gonna be a tale you're not gonna want to tell the Jedi. No, not a good one. I didn't think it was either. A little forced. And there you go, having dropped to the rear.
Costly mistake there for the 49. Would have been starting in second place. But
Well, and now you didn't get the benefit of coming down pit lane to top off on fuel, and you don't get the benefit of getting to be out in front of the here with the lead. So it's like a double whammy. You know what I mean? If you at least had the opportunity to come down pit lane next time, you could at least be like, oh, okay, well, whatever.
very costly mistake.
How much do you think it's going to cost him?
About $350.
Ooh. This race don't even pay $350 to win.
At the front, 420, Bryn Ware is your leader. Levin Dunlaprad choosing in the inside line. 420, Bryn Ware choosing the outside line. Look behind him, got another one of those Subarus.
Subaru.
Choosing to be in the line with teammate.
Toyota Camry pace car comes down the pit lane. We get ready to go back racing here, folks, with 17 laps to go from the Talladega Superspeedway. Ware with control on the outside as we approach the Geico restart zone, and back away we go. Green flag once again here from Talladega. Got one up against the wall. It's the 52. Heavy damage on the Spam Ford. Going to try to stay up and out of the way. Going to get squeezed a little bit there. The 420 is now clear of the inside line. Going to look to take the teammate there in the 012 with him. Dunlaprad fighting hard there on the inside in that number 11 car. Just don't think there's enough help right now behind the 11 Weaver.
Yeah, once again, you got Zachary Hall, 032, still doing that two-step through the corners from time to time. Not going to help the case for that inside line or Dunlaprad. But it is a good defense mechanism. Keeps that middle line up the track. They can't really get down on you and run that middle line if they would want to.
Well, and the one thing that is helpful there is at least the car behind the 032. That's Zachary Hall's teammate, Joseph Landy Pavlin.
Definitely some communications going on there, saying when and when not he can get up there and give a push.
You just see that car, and now the 86 is blinking too.
Inside line starting to pull out. Dunlaprad now with a 2-car gap back to the outside line.
The 32, 86, they jump to that outside line. Here comes the 49, charging hard on the inside.
Yeah, one
Taylor
getting the wall.
Stallworthy.
012 Hashi Baroku into the outside wall there at the corner entry, fell all the way to the back. And look who's leading that inside line, Joe. 49, Taylor Stallworthy, wasting no time to get back to the front of the field after that penalty in the last yellow flag.
Hey, sometimes making mistakes the best motivation to get back to the front of the field, and we're seeing that right now with this 49 car. Tails of the Jedi on the side is the 82 Keith Hughes, 7 to Tyler Stallhood. Both dive to the bottom, trying to get those two Hondas linked up here at the front. Don LaPrade also doing the same, as he is your leader in that number 11 car. Couple cars in the outside wall. Those two Lexi? Are they Lexi or Lexuses?
I'd say Lexi.
It's two Lexi there getting into the outside wall. We're 3 wide now for the 5th spot.
I think a Leaks might also work there.
Okay. Tyler Stallhood taking the lead here down the back straightaway with help from Keith Hughes in the 82. Side by side for the lead. Closing in on 10 laps to go here from Talladega. The intensity starting to pick up. The push is getting bigger, more aggressive, and you're laying the smack down right now to the car in front of you's bumper. Stallhood on the bottom. LaPrade on the outside. You see Hall there on the 032 having some more of those warpity warp issues. Coming off of turn 4. Caution is out. Got a car stopped here on the back straightaway.
The 188 of Derek Showers stopped. Now starting to move again a little bit.
Looks like this fell out of this, like blinked out there and maybe hit the brakes and went up against the wall to avoid causing an incident. That's the only thing I can think of, Weaver.
Yeah, it looks like that way. Probably some sort of connection issue, like you said. And thankfully, the caution came out before the field coming back around to a car sitting in the middle off of turn 2 like that.
Oh boy, and we got a game crash, so we'll be right back here on JTN. And back here on JTN, you didn't miss a thing. We're still under caution here from Talladega, but Weaver, just another incident that's going to bunch this field up once again.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few now breaking down to pit road, getting some, probably a splash of fuel, maybe some tires if they want to make some big maneuvers. We've seen cars getting real tight through the corners here. Maybe some fresh right side tires is going to give you that grip that you need to really hold it on the bottom, make those moves.
Working lap 46 right now.
That is correct, Joe.
One of those situations, folks, where I can't explain why that happens, but it happens, and I apologize for it.
Just one of the many quirks of dealing with a game from 2003. These things are going to happen, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. Don LaPrade, your leader. Tyler Stallhood, Keith Hughes, your top 3. Ryan Palmer, Daniel Rivera, your top 5. I'm just ready for this restart because things are about to get wild.
Yes, they are, Joe. Going to be taking the green flag with less than 10 to go. Could be a showtime for these drivers.
11 laps remain here, this time at the line. I'm trying to figure out how to set this thing up. You know, like,
Well,
I don't know. I don't really know how much lifting I need to do. The last race of the year. Everyone wants one final win to close it out. I feel like I'm not doing my job by not talking. But I think the suspense is starting to kill the folks at home. I know it's killing me here at the track.
I think so too. I think that's why we just can't talk. The suspense is choking us up here. There's just so much it's filling up the booth.
We're drowning in it. I want to open a window. The time at the line, it's time for our TWB 10 to go. I'd like to remind folks at home that you can head on over to gardenlightstrike.com, because from porches to patios to more, for all of your outdoor lighting needs, gardenlightstrike.com has you covered. Again, that is gardenlightstrike.com here on your TWB 10 to go.
Not only is it our 10 to go, but we got the 1 to go signal from the flag stand. Going to be taking the green next time by. You see quite a few drivers here on the apron trying to save that little bit of extra fuel, running a shorter line around the track here.
Now, we hear if side drafting doesn't work, that doesn't work either.
I don't know. You never know, Joe. You are driving a shorter distance.
Gonna be 9 laps to go when we get the green flag. Hoping it's the last one of the race, but you never know how these things will turn out. The aggression is going to be pushed to another level. Dunlop, Brad, Tyler, Stallhood, row number 1. Then it is Keith Hughes in the 82, and this 26 of Ryan Palmer in row number 2. 19 of Daniel Rivera, and I believe that's the 47. Bilson making up row number 3. Greg Irwin and Sean Whitehill, row number 5, and Noah DeVerne and Jeff Prochatsky rounding out your top 10 here for the race start with 9 laps to go from Talladega.
Interesting up in the front, 82, Keith Hughes, inside line, second row. Fellow teammate driving that Honda Civic, Tyler Stallhead, first on that outside row. It'll be interesting to see if they try to get together quick here, make some moves.
Gotta make the moves. Gotta make the moves. Gotta make the moves. Gotta make the moves. Late in this one. Bill makes their way into the tri-oval. Gets ready to enter the restart zone. Dunlop had plenty of experience doing this. Leading us back to green here. We're back on our way from Talladega. Green flag. 9 laps remain.
Stallhood getting a good restart in that outside line. Going to be leading by a nose here, but Dunlop Pratt getting a big push from Keith Hughes down low. No other help behind them.
LaPrade is clear. Keith Hughes is clear there in second. Going to dive up in front of Tyler Stallhood here down the back straightaway. Going to get the push from the 7 and the 47. Here comes Palmer in the 26. Going to try to get to the back bumper of the 11. Has help from Greg Irwin in the number 3.
Keith Hughes did a good job there staying behind that 11 at Dunlop Pratt, getting a run before making that move to the outside, so Dunn couldn't cut it off. Now he's going to be trying to go with help from his teammate Stallhood behind.
Field rockets off a turn 4. Back down the front we go. Hughes still with the lead. Push from Stallhood in the 7. Give that lap to the 82. 8 laps remain here from Talladega. Still side by side battling for the lead here at the front of the field. Keith Hughes on the outside, Don LaPrade on the bottom. Side by side down the back. See who gets the momentum. Have to think that it's going to be the outside. A weird shake there from that 7 Ray Bestis Civic of Tyler Stallhood. Second in line on the outside. Now we got cars stuck in the middle. It's the 26 of Palmer and the 3 of Irwin as DeVerne in the 68 looks to go low in his Lexus.
Verne leading the charge on that. Oh, we got one around. That's Sean Whitehill.
Whitehill down into the 68 at DeVerne. It's the big one here. Coming down into the tri-oval. Cars coming back to the line. We got a bunch of them around on entry. Caution going to fly. Once again, going to set us up for an interesting finish to this one, folks. But, oh man, catch your breath.
Quite a few strong cars taken out in that incident. See what started it all.
Like Sean Whitehill gets into the outside wall, into Greg Irwin in the 3. DeVerne hits the bottom of the car to the top of the inside retaining wall.
Yeah, that one's a tough one, Joe. Looked like just a few cars there really starting to push up on corner exit. All coming together.
That's one of those two where you can't let off this late in the race, right?
No, I definitely don't think you're letting off here, especially knowing the length of cautions we'd be getting. You never know if this might be their last chance to cross that line for a position. You know, Joe, I think just about every car carrying the Drifire colors on it was involved in that one in one way or another.
Well, you know, when your sponsor is also sponsoring the race, you're told you got to get the car on TV. They made sure they got the cars on TV, you know?
Now it becomes one of those most painful moments, Joe. All eyes on the lights of the pace car. We definitely should be getting going back green here, but for how many laps, that's going to be the question.
Ain't gonna be many, Weaver. It is not gonna be many. We've seen how much it means to win. We always know how much it means to win. A lot of pressure on these drivers to put on a show tonight. They have done so, and they're getting ready to re-rack them one more time. Restack them, and try to find a way to take their car, their team, to victory lane in this final opportunity in the 2022 season. Keith Hughes and Tyler Stallhood going to roll off on row number 1 here for the restart. They've worked well together throughout this race. But that pair of Civics now most likely going to have to be split up because you got to win. You got to go for the win for yourself. No more teamwork here because you're just not going to have enough time to get organized.
I wouldn't be too sure, Joe. I know you've seen it a lot where you got two drivers, two teammates on the front row. one can work real quickly, get a good start. Maybe the other backs up that outside line or inside line and lets their teammate in.
I don't want to work with my teammate. I don't want to have to worry about him anymore.
It's not so much worrying about him, but securing the best finish for yourself. You got 2 cars, you know you're going to be able to do well. Nobody's going to be challenging you directly from behind.
Well, then he should just get behind me. You know, I'm not doing any favors for him. He can just get behind me if that's your take. Things are going to be fun. So we know the 82 and the 47 are going to work well together here. The report we're getting. They're going to work together, James. They're Hondas. They're going to work together. They got to work together. Brand loyalty. 3 laps. We're going to get 3 laps here. We get a caution that's going to end this race, but we're going to get 3 laps. Try to finish this thing when we go back green on lap 55 of 57. Real quick, one final time, folks. Want to remind you we're racing the rest of the week here on JTN. 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time starts with the Bomb Squad Racing League. Their finale week tomorrow night with trucks. Heads up battle there between Greg Lovell and BSR Kilojoules. Then it's the Cup Series where we already know the champion, but we're going to have a fun time at Phoenix for that one. And then Friday night, Bomb Squad Racing Xfinity Series. All those races live right here on JTN. And from Phoenix, starting at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you check them out. Click the bell icon to be notified anytime we go live. And again, big thanks to our friends at TWB Technologies for all they do, because as always, folks, together we are better. James, I think it'd be funnier if 47 helped the 7, because they both have 7s in their numbers. What about you, Weaver?
I think that would be pretty interesting, but I don't think we'll see that.
You don't
too
not
much
help a
here.
teammate?
I don't know, Joe. It's going to be interesting. I think we don't even know what we might see here. It'll be off the wall here. We got 3 laps coming up. 3 laps at most. Could be less. Could be.
We either get there or we
can't be
don't,
more,
right?
but yeah. Well, hopefully we get there.
Just gotta get to the white flag. Just gotta get to the white flag. Keith Hughes with control on the bottom. Tyler Stallhood on the outside. Wilson, Rivera, and LaPrade, the rest of your top 5. As we await our entry into the Geico restart zone for the final time tonight, folks. Here we go. Green flag. We're underway here to finish this one. 3 laps to go from Talladega. Already see Dunlap Pratt trying to make a move 3 wide to the bottom for 3rd. Not going to be able to get anything done. You saw Randall Coleman in the 9 duck to the outside. Hughes has control of the bottom, can duck to the outside line whenever he so chooses. Probably waiting for that 47. There goes the 47 into the outside line here down the back straightaway. Outside with the numbers and all the momentum starting to stack up here about 3rd, 4th, 5th. Field with a lot of energy here down the back straightaway. Keith Hughes still leads it on the outside. 82 on the point. 47.7, 19.05, your top 5. Here coming off of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, we will go. First side-by-side battles between Randall Coleman and Dunlap Pratt. That's the battle for 6th, so no one up front willing to make a move just yet. At the line this time, 2 laps will remain from Talladega. Things are heating up here, Weaver.
I think now's when we're going to start seeing the moves. These cars are all wound up. We're all hitting 200 mile an hour. I expect some drivers to duck out here on the back straight, start setting up some moves.
Gotta get something set up. You can't stay idle by. Down the back straightaway will go. Everyone should have a decent amount of momentum. Do you try to take it here this time? No one gonna make a move. This time down the back straightaway, you see Hall in the 032. Big push to the 9 of Randall Coleman. Car to the bottom, that's Greg Irwin in the number 3.
Oh,
we got one
19
around. 19
Contact,
car
gonna bring
around.
out the yellow.
Big wreck here at the back. Back to the front of the field, though. Tyler Stallhood, Zachary Bilson in the 47, going to be side by side. Keith Hughes clear of both of them. Going to need one more block. 7 into the 47. We're wrecking here once again.
05, Jeff Pertatsky up into 2nd. Keith Hughes is going to win the race.
Oh my goodness. White flag is in the air. It's as good as the checkered. We'll end this one under caution, folks, but a pair of wrecks coming to the white flag. The first here down in turn number 3. Let's get a replay. Gonna be looks like a bump from the 05 to the 19. Gonna set this first one off. Ugh. And then it's the big one. We're on from there. No one backing off. Can't back off, right, Weaver? It's the last lap. And then we go to this front incident, and Tyler Stallhood just keeps coming up.
Yeah, just going up and
Misjudges
up
it.
the track. And
Keith Hughes with a
47
spectacular win.
47 Bilson wasn't going to lift there on the outside line. Still getting a little bit of draft help from Hughes at the front. So
That one makes it look like the 47 turns down. Oh, man.
Well, Joe, I think the biggest tell is if you watch those lane markers on the track. At 7 of Stallhood, he starts with the right side tires practically on that line, and by the time he gets turned, he's almost in the middle of that lane. So definitely think the more natural line would be getting a little lower through there, but
We don't want to assign blame, though?
no, that's not our job. Never our job.
Let the admins handle it. Get one more replay of the incident down in turn 3. This kind of gives you a good view from high atop the grandstand of this run that comes from the 05, and he's all over the back bumper of the 19. Gonna give him another push, another push, another push, and this is gonna be the one that kind of sets it off here in corner entry. That's kind of on from there. Everyone kind of piling through. But Keith Hughes is your winner tonight from Talladega. Hughes takes home the victory. Won a few weeks ago here. I believe we were calling the race, Weaver. It is number 82 Auto Sim 2 truck. Now going to win once again in the 82, this time in the 82 Honda.
I want to have a little chuckle there, Joe. Go take a look at the 05 out on that cool down lap. Coming out of turn 2.
Well, we'll get a look at it here as Keith Hughes burns it down for all the fans here at Talladega.
As you said that, I was there.
That's okay. Keith Hughes wins it here tonight. Weaver, let's see what you were talking about here.
Just pay attention to the bottom of the car. You might have to pause it to get a look on it, but
On the cooldown lap?
yeah, turn 2.
Turn 2. Oh no. Alright, folks at home. Get you a still frame of it. It says rut row. I think we're just glad we didn't see that at all during the race, right?
Yeah, very glad that it took us until now to see that on the bottom of the 05, being your second place finisher.
So results incoming, folks. We're going to talk again with our top 3 finishers here tonight, get their words. Results going to look a little weird. But all right, Weaver, you want to get this? You want to light this popsicle stand?
I think so. That's a good idea.
All right, let's bring in our race winner. He's the driver of the number 82, Keith Hughes. Keith, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, Mr. Talladega strikes again here tonight. How's a win number 1 in the ISRL Contender Series? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's my first race.
How's that feel?
It's pretty awesome. It was pretty fun, but mostly the 47. I had a teammate behind me pushing me of Zachary Bilson. He helped me get that good restart there at the end, and I think he gets the credit. I think our team name is Team Tiburon. I don't remember. I just joined it.
Well, obviously, win first race. That's all good and well, but
Tiberius. Our team is Tiberius. There we go.
There we go. Obviously it's the last race of the season, so there's not a lot to build on for this year, but going into next year, winning this race, what does that kind of build for you? Where I'm assuming you're going to consider running more of these events.
Yeah, I plan to run some. It's just good fun race. These guys did well. I mean, you saw that at the beginning of the race. We were 3 wide for. I wasn't. I was in the back. I was scared. But
You were
the guys
scared?
up front were 3 wide for a while, and it was pretty fun. These guys know how to control their cars. It was a pretty fun race.
Folks, results are going to be on your screens here momentarily. When you get racing like that, obviously teammates are very helpful, but what are you kind of looking for early on in the race when you're laying back and you're seeing guys? Are you looking for those guys that maybe are going to make some of those crazy moves? Are you trying to find someone to work with? What are you looking for behind the wheel of your car?
Well, tonight, since this is my first race, and I know some of these guys, but some of them I don't. I was just kind of laying back and seeing what people do. I was trying to learn how they raced, and I didn't want to get up there and get in the scrum early, just in case. I didn't want to make a mistake with these guys because I didn't want to come in the first race and then end up causing the yellow, and people get mad at me. I was just laying back to see what was going to happen.
Wanted to start off on the right foot.
Yeah.
Well, Keith, it's always fun to talk with you, and I know you're really ecstatic winning here tonight, so I don't want to keep you too long from your team and your crew and all your teammates. Before we let you go, you've done this a couple times now. The floor is yours. You know what to do.
Now, first, I want to thank my sponsor, Mountain Ops. I actually have an affiliate sponsor with them, so that's pretty cool. My first race on JTM with them and get a win for them is pretty awesome. Thank Monday to Thunder. We had a couple Monday to Thunder guy in the race tonight, and really enjoy that race. ISRL is fun. Monday to Thunder is fun. Great group of guys all around. It's not very toxic at all. Not like that other paid platform that I hate. I won't say the name so we don't get copyright maybe. But everybody knows what I'm talking about. NR 2003 is the best, and we appreciate JTN for putting on the show and showing these people out here how good a race that we can put on.
Keith, you put on a heck of a show. It was our pleasure as always. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us, and congratulations once again on the win here tonight from Talladega.
All right, thank you.
Keith Hughes, driver number 82, your race winner here to cap off the season from Talladega. Let's go ahead and next bring in our second place finisher, driver the number 05, Jeff Perchatsky. I'm saying that right, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Really nice to be talking to you guys.
Hey, I always get worried that I'm going to say these names wrong, but you know what? You just made this conversation a lot more fun. second place run. Did you expect that after, I think, a weird night for you in this 05 team?
Yeah, I mean, the beginning, first couple runs were real crazy. A whole field 3 wide. I was getting stuck in the middle there for a number of laps, and I was just praying that the cars in front of me would pull me through and I wouldn't wreck the field and cause a big mess. But we got through that okay. Really just tried to take it easy and focus on the pit strategy and getting to that final fuel window, keeping out of trouble. I got fortunate enough to get through a couple of those wrecks. I had a car, I think it was maybe the 25 car, somebody flipped over me, one of the wrecks. Got through everything with no damage. And then, got to the final pit stop just like I needed to. Apparently, Keith said that he was actually short on fuel, so that caution at the 2 to go saved him. But I was really happy with the pit strategy, really happy with the guys on pit road. Had a really fast car all day, really happy with the result.
Well, happy with the result, and you talked about it there. How intense were those last 3 laps, knowing that that was going to be the last restart? Everyone knows that's their last opportunity. Then everyone gets single file. How intense was that behind the wheel? Because from up here, it looks like you guys are out for a Sunday drive when you're single file like that. But I know from behind the wheel, it's a little more hectic than that.
Oh, 100%. That coming to the last restart, I mean, I really didn't know what to think or really what my plan was. All I knew was that in the restarts before, earlier in the race, the bottom line would always check up on the restarts and everybody would file out to the top. So I felt good being third in the top lane. And then, I just stuck up there, got into the back of the 19, pushing him down the backstretch and into turn 3. I don't really know what to say about that, but really happy with how it ended up, especially after the wreck coming into the tri-oval and then ended up in second place. But these restarts that's just super speedway racing. I didn't really know what my plan was, but just kind of duked it out and then got lucky there at the end.
Well, lucky at the end, a great race, put together a fine run here tonight with this 05, Jeff. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you the opportunity. Shout out friends, family, sponsors. Got a couple folks tuning in and chat, cheering you on. The floor is yours, buddy.
Sure, thanks, guys. First of all, I want to thank the Bean team. Everyone, Christian, Lilith, Peter, Justin, JB, all those guys. They've been supporting me in, they were my first buddies league racing in Heat 5. And then now moving over to NR, and they're the OGs. Always have fun racing with them and supporting everybody in the community. So really happy I could get a good finish for them today. Also, I really want to thank the Mondays of Thunder guys, Keith being one of them. Really happy that he got the win tonight. It was a great season running with them in Trucks and Cup. I won their title for Cup last night, so that was a great time. It's been a great season racing with them. Great group of guys. Can't say enough good things about them. And it's been really fun running the Summit Michelin 05 this year. This is one of the first paint schemes that I really made myself from the ground up. And it was turned out great. Has a great reception from the fans and fellow drivers. And I'm really glad to have gotten great finishes in it week in and week out. So again, thanks for a great race. Hope to see everybody in ISRL and all the other leagues next season. And thanks to you guys, as always, for putting on a great show.
Well, it's always our pleasure, Jeff. And again, congratulations on the second place run and taking the time to talk with us after this one.
Thank you, sir. Take it easy, guys.
Jeff Prochatsky, driver of the 05, your second place finisher here tonight from Talladega. Let's go ahead and finally bring in the last member of our podium. He's the driver of the 032. Zachary Hall. Zachary, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, third place run. How's it feel with that Chick-fil-A Lexus finishing third here this evening?
It feels really, knowing my internet issues yet again pulling off. I got to do internet, though, so we're not too bad like a freaking Maverick Series in Dover. That amazing flip. But, having better internet and just getting through all the wrecks and finishing third is just quite feels amazing. It's been a great day racing for me. So, yeah.
Well, and teammates here tonight, you got a couple of them. How important were they having teammates with you throughout this race to kind of get this good finish? I know, I know everyone didn't get the great finishes. You didn't finish 1, 2, 3 like I'm sure you would have liked, but how much do teammates really help here at Talladega?
Yeah, so particularly Joseph Landy Pavlon, he helped a lot. Me and him were talking throughout the entire race, talking about strategies and fuel, and eventually he was behind me, and so we were helping push each other. So yeah, no, teammates were a huge factor in this race, and honestly, without JLP, I don't think I'd be anywhere near here. So big props to him.
And then when you see the big crash going down into turn 3, and then you see second and third wrecking coming to the start-finish line, what's going through your mind? Are you excited? Are you happy? Are you just like, oh crap, I gotta avoid this? What's going through the mind of the driver of the 032?
Coming up to turn 3, I was already stressed out because of the backstretch and getting pushed by that Subaru behind me. So coming up to turn 3 and seeing that spin, I was like, oh crap, kind of had that freak out moment. But just knew keep the pedal going, and even his car snapped back, and yet it ain't hit mine. So I was like, okay, just keep on going. And I saw them fight up front, and I think it was second and third. Second squeezed a little too much and got hit into the wall. And basically, I had that dim of I have a chance at getting something like a podium, and then I saw the card flying towards me, and it almost vanished. I thought I was dead there, and then I made it through, went through the grass, tried to block the 9 as much as I could, but I didn't need to, and I got that P3. So, I mean, I was just astonished that the stars lined up for this.
Well, a third-place finish here tonight, Zachary. Again, congratulations on the podium. Before we let you go, though, the floor is yours. Friends, family, sponsors, you know what to do, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my teammates. Obviously, JLP, Noah, who was also in the race, Solomon JLP Racing for letting me race with them, and my family for getting all my gear and supporting me throughout this entire thing, and all the Discord leagues that have helped me get to where I am.
Zachary, as always, congratulations on the podium finish, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Alrighty, thank y'all. I'll see y'all later.
Zachary Hall, driver of the 032. Your third-place finisher here tonight from Talladega. Well, folks, that's going to conclude our coverage here. Weaver, I don't know, you got anything to send the folks home happy with?
No, I hope they get sent home happy just by watching that race. That was a pretty fun one. There's some good racing, good action there on track, and a pretty interesting finish there coming to the line.
Some great racing, some great action, folks. That's why you got to make sure you're keeping an eye on the ISRL. Again, at ISRL_NR2003 on Twitter. We also, I believe, have their Discord linked in the video description below. If it's not, we'll get that fixed, and it'll be there for you once this broadcast concludes. Again, for all of us here at JTN, make sure click the like button, subscribe, do all those things. Follow us if you're over on Twitch. Again, twitch.tv/JoeTowNetwork. We're trying to do some special events over there eventually, maybe make some Twitch exclusive, which should be very, very fun indeed. And you can also, just tune in and say hello, because we're going to try to do some other content live over there on the Twitch that we wouldn't necessarily do over here on YouTube. With all that being said, though, folks, cannot thank you enough for watching. For all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, for Joseph Weaver, I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks.
Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the trial. Whitehill and through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the right and a wreckage behind him. We have cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down. It doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won a Daytona in the 3 car.
Behind, they're going to be side by side again. Contact there between Sinner and Bordeaux for
third. Contact! Oakley into the wall. That's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy wins the ride to